Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you the simple reason why there are traffic jams for no reason. We've all been in that situation. You're driving on the highway and all of a sudden you hit a traffic jam. It's stop and go traffic, and then all of a sudden that traffic jam just disappears. Everyone starts moving again and you're looking for the reason why there was the traffic jam to begin with, but you can't find any reason. There's no lane reduction. There's no malfunctioning of any traffic lights. There's no construction happening on the roads. There's just nothing. There was a traffic jam for no reason. Now, I'm not only going to tell you the reason why, the main reason why there are traffic jams for no reason, but I'm going to tell you how to avoid them and how to avoid causing them and being part of them in the future. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So sometimes you're driving and there's something that happens on the other side of the road. Let's say you're driving on the highway, and on the other side of the highway median, on the other side, in the oncoming lanes of traffic, there's an accident that has happened. So there's all of these, vehicles, emergency vehicles. You see the cars that have been damaged. You see people around the site of the accident. And what happens is the majority of people turn their head to look at what's going on. And while they turn their head, they actually subconsciously slow down. They either release the gas pedal or they full on press the brake pedal to see what's going on because they want to get a better view. And by slowing down, they're getting themselves more time to see what's going on at the site of the accident. So what happens is, because those people end up pressing their brake pedals, the people behind them end up pressing their brake pedals as well, and the people behind them, and eventually, as you continue down that chain, what happens is a car has to come to a complete stop, which means the car behind them has to come to a complete stop and the car behind them. And this causes this humongous traffic jam, this huge traffic jam, all because a few people wanted to turn their heads to look at what was going on in the lanes of oncoming traffic, whether it's an accident or a lane reduction or construction or anything at all. Whatever's going on the other side of the highway will likely affect your side of the highway as well. And it ends up causing a traffic jam, all because people wanted to see what was going on. Now, here's how to avoid these imaginary false traffic jams. I mean, they're real traffic jams, but they're not there for a reason. The best way to avoid it is to not look at what's going on. Just pay attention to your road, okay? If there's an accident over there, as you're driving, I mean, you can glance over for a fraction of a second and it won't affect your ability to drive. If you're maintaining a safe following distance, you can glance over for a second and continue driving without pressing your brake pedal, without easing up on the gas pedal. You can still glance for a second and see what happened and still continue driving at a regular speed. You don't have to slow down. You don't have to come to a complete stop. You don't have to stare and figure out what's going on because you're causing a traffic jam for no reason. So this video is partially a rant because I've seen it happen so many times, and this video is partially a lesson on other drivers and how to avoid it, because I know as I'm driving, when I see an accident in the opposing lane of traffic, I'm tempted to look over, but I know that it's going to cause a traffic jam, so I really avoid doing that. So I'm telling you, you're going to be tempted to look over, but you're probably going to cause a traffic jam by looking over, so please avoid doing it. This is almost like a public service announcement so that people, when you see construction or a light malfunctioning or an accident or a car that's pulled over or whatever the case is, a car that that has been broken down on the side of the road, whatever you see in the opposing lane of traffic, just avoid looking at it and continue going, because what happens is you create this humongous traffic jam that sometimes can go on for almost an hour or even more than an hour, just because a few people wanted to look at what's going on. And then as you're in the traffic jam, what happens is, because you're driving slowly, you end up looking at what's going on, like the accident or the car that's been broken down or whatever the case is. Because you're driving slowly anyways, you look at what's going on, because you might as well, since you're at a stop, so you might as well look at what's going on anyways. So what happens is it causes this traffic jam, this almost like a traffic snake, if you want to look up what that is, all because some people wanted to check out the accident or the car that's been broken down or whatever the case is, or the road construction, whatever the case is. So please avoid doing this at all costs, because you don't want to cause a traffic jam for no reason. And that's basically it. In this video, I just wanted to tell you a simple thing that oftentimes will cause a traffic jam for no apparent reason. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.